Hi everyone, Morgan here. So today we're going to be talking about alternative heating. This is part of the blackout/light out series. You can see the rest of the videos down below in the playlist that's down in the description. Go check out the rest of those videos. So talking about alternative heat, we have a wood stove here. This is a really great option. Wood stoves, you can find really good wood stoves for used. We found one for 150 bucks. Now, the only thing you're really going to want to pay attention to when it comes to pricing is not just the wood stove, but it's going to be everything else that you need to, the stove pipes and everything that you need to connect it and actually installing it. Where is it going to go? Having the space, all that kind of stuff. So wood stoves are great. Now, you don't have to buy them used. You could also try to make some. People tend to make them with 55-gallon drums. You can also make them with old propane tanks, big, small, whatever. If you have the skills to do that or know someone who does, that could definitely be a fun project to do, and they work really well. Again, it's probably going to be the most expensive part. It's probably not going to be the wood stove, but it's going to be, the actual stove pipes and installing it and everything. So definitely keep that in mind. But a wood stove, great option. If you have a fireplace, that's going to be something better than nothing. The next one, I'm going to show some pictures here. Mr. Buddy heater, really great. Of course, you're going to have propane. All types of, most types of alternative heat is going to take some sort of fuel. So that's just something to keep in mind. The wood stoves are going to take wood. There's also pellet stoves. If you have some sort of pellet stove, that's going to take, the pellets. So, they're going to want to stock up on that. We provide all of the wood ourselves by cutting it and chopping it up and all that. So that's a good resource for us. It may not be for everybody. So like a Mr. Buddy heater, like I'm showing here, it's going to be, a great option. You can put a little fan on it to kind of make it, distribute the heat a little bit better. And, when you're thinking about these things, you have to think about the size of your home as well. So like, the size of wood stove, how many buddy heaters you're going to want. There are also electric heaters that you could run if you had a generator. Not the best option, I would say, because you would have to probably run, in some areas you may have to run that electric heater a lot, but it is an option if you do have like a generator that you have lots of fuel for to run that generator, then great. An electric heater might be good for you if you have that alternative energy, which is talked about in this series. So the other options are going to be some sort of 0-degree bag. Of course, having heating options are going to be really good, but a 0-degree bag for you and the rest of your family is going to be fantastic because you can bundle up, you can layer up yourself, and then you can also get in that 0-degree sleeping bag. I think that's great for camping and bugging out as well as for bugging in purposes. I think that a 0-degree bag, even if it's just a 20-degree bag, of course they have negative-degree bags, it just kind of depends on your budget, what you're looking for, that kind of thing, but they have sleeping bags that can fit all different types of degrees and budgets. So I would definitely get one for each person in the family, including our kids. They each have one. So in addition to that, if you do have like a buddy heater or something like that, you want to make sure that you're kind of closing off, an area. If, you don't necessarily want to heat the entire house, maybe you just want to heat, the living room or a bedroom or something like that. And then everybody congregates in that space. If you do have like a gas stove or a gas oven or something like that, you could turn the gas oven or stove on, that kind of thing. That might heat up the house a little bit. Bake something in it. Don't just turn on the gas just to do nothing. You could bake in it. You could do all this other stuff. So actually, cook, use it, but if you want to just turn it on and leave it on for a little bit just to kind of warm up the space a little bit, that would work too. No matter what heating option you use, if your house is not well insulated, it's just going to get sucked out. Like if you live in an RV or something, we lived in an RV and we had a furnace that ran on propane and it was great. It was beautiful when it ran. It would run for like 10 or 15 minutes. It would turn off. I mean, that heat just, almost went away immediately because our RV was not insulated very well at all. So what you really want to do is try to insulate your windows. Make sure that all of the cracks are being sealed up. And if you have the time to put in extra insulation, especially under the house, if you have any type of under the house, extra insulation, in your ceiling, wherever, put that extra insulation and it will save you a lot. But if you don't, What you could do is you could get Reflex. Here's a picture of what we did in our RV. This Reflex helps a lot, cold and hot, but just put those on the windows. That can help tremendously. Also, you could get like blackout curtains or heavy curtains and put those over the windows. You could put towels underneath the doors, wherever there are drafts, those kind of things, just to keep the drafts out as much as humanly possible. And again, closing off that door, all those things will really help to try to keep at least a little bit of a space cool, or not cool, but warm. Having warm clothes is going to be important as well. You know, like if you don't have, you know, a way to really heat your house, just, you know, layer up inside your house. Sometimes that's something that you may have to do while you also have a little bit of heat going, you know, like a buddy heater or something like that. That could definitely help. Drinking warm liquids, even without electricity. You can warm water by your wood stove. You can also have a Coleman Grill, which we've talked about in this series, but alternative cooking methods. There's ways to warm water. Even just drinking warm water is going to be good. If you have tea to put in it, that would be good as well. But some type of warm drink, but not caffeine. Caffeine is restrictive. It'll actually make you feel colder as your body's trying to work a little bit harder. And of course, stay hydrated. You got to stay hydrated. The more restrictive your blood cells are, the harder your body works to try to stay warm. So staying hydrated, you know, warming your body up with those warm liquids can definitely help. Warm soups, these kinds of things, warm meals can certainly help. I want you to try to be as prepared as possible to prep those fuel sources for whatever heating needs that you need if the lights were to go out. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this has been helpful. Just some basic tips. I will talk to you all later, and be sure to check out the rest of the videos in this series. Conquer Tomorrow by Preparing Today. I'll talk to you later. Bye.